Now on Prime Time, the legend of the BOSTIAN'S Bridge ghost train. It's a spine-tingling tale more than 100 years old. Now, more deaths on those tracks. A man killed by a real train while waiting for a ghost to appear. Good evening, I'm Jamie Boll. Thanks for being here tonight. Maureen is off. One man is dead. A woman in the hospital after they were struck by what they thought was a ghost train. Happened this morning at the BOSTIAN'S Bridge Railroad Trestle west of Statesville. A group of amateur ghost hunters were on the trestle when they were surprised by a Norfolk Southern freight train. 29-year-old Christopher Kaiser of Charlotte was hit by the train and plunged to his death in the ravine below. An unidentified woman who also fell is now at Carolina's Medical Center.
This was in the middle of the night. They didn't hear it and still was able to cover the distance and be able to hit one of the individuals, causing his death just by being on the tracks.
The group was checking out a legend that ghosts from an 1891 train wreck appear each year on the anniversary of the accident. For more on the twisted history of the BOSTIAN'S Bridge train and the search for the paranormal, we turn to Primetime's Jeff Atkinson. And Jeff, just like the X-Files, the truth is out there.
Jamie, there is growing interest in ghost hunting. What with the proliferation of TV shows on cable and with the internet, what is the legend of the BOSTIAN'S Bridge train disaster in 1891? And how do people who take this seriously investigate? It's tonight's cover story. She heads a group known as the Charlotte Area Paranormal Society, and Tina McSwain's license plate leaves no doubt what she does. She's a ghost hunter. Seriously.
And we research and investigate reports of paranormal activity.
The group's been around for 5 years. During that time, they say, they've assisted more than 80 homes and businesses try to explain what can't be explained. What is our fascination in the subject?
It goes back to the question of, life after death. Is there life after death? Can you prove it? Are ghosts proof of life after death?
The story of BOSTIAN'S Bridge, it stands today as it did more than a century ago, goes back to 1891, early morning hours of August 27th. Westbound number 9 passenger train hit the bridge and plunged into Third Creek. 22 were killed, scores injured. It was on the 50th anniversary in 1941 when the ghost stories started coming out of the woodwork. A Columbia, South Carolina woman claimed to have seen an identical train wreck on that day. Historian Larry Neal says no evidence was found, but that didn't matter. The legend was born.
Maybe it's just trying to be a connection to the past, where you're trying to relive or experience something that happened in the past that, because of when you were born, you would never be able to experience yourself.
Dozens of people flock to the bridge every year, like they did this morning, to see the train that's supposed to appear on the anniversary. Now, with a man's death on the tracks this morning, the story takes on a new life, according to paranormal author Jeff Bellinger.
This person became a permanent part of the story. This person is now intertwined with that legend forever. People will be going there, I imagine now, in great numbers.
Those who call themselves professionals haven't been able to detect anything, although Tina McSwain did experience something unusual with candles on one anniversary.
It was a very humid night, no wind was moving, and at exactly 4 a.m., the candles blew out. Big gust of wind, acted like it came down the track. That's the extent of what we discovered.
BOSTIAN'S Bridge is on a Norfolk Southern Railroad line that runs west of Statesville towards Asheville on a busy corridor. There's a bend in the tracks near the side of the bridge, and it caught today's amateur ghost hunters by surprise.
Obviously very sad with the loss of life. Is this being ruled an accident right now?
That's what the Iredell Sheriff's Office is saying at this point, Jamie. They were on the tracks, and they should not have been. Professional ghost hunters, those who take this seriously, wisely point out to us that they do not trespass, and they act responsible and professional at all times.
We all hear bumps in the night, and we wonder what they are, and as interesting tale and a sad end to it today. Thank you, Jeff.